when they killed all those martyrs, and when, hey man, it looked like, I mean, that's after a whole series of slaughters. And I could look out at the audience, and all of them was crying. They'd been up crying for days. They was, is this thing gonna last? And I jumped right up there and tell them, of course it is. Don't you worry about a thing. And there's a crew that remembers that. And we tight as a drum. You could tell from the letter it was one guy's writing, I didn't sign this. That's got to be your homeboy. You know what I mean? That's got to be your homeboy. Okay, let's just take it easy for a few days and we'll see how. One thing about it, the bums are not running things right now. But we don't call them the bums. We call them your loving friend. Right? That's what the Quran tells us we ought to should do. That's what Yusuf did to his brother, right? La tatraba. Shoot, they ain't did no worse than they did to Yusuf. Throwed him down a well and talked trash about him. Everything else, right? So Yusuf forgave them. This stuff is too big right now for us to be bothering with all that low stuff. This is too big right now. Let's go. That's what la tatraba means. Okay. And remember, all our talk, we're going to get a chance to live it over and over again. Everything we say, don't you worry. The situation's going to come back and say, let's see about that, you know. And we're going to have to live it. And so far, we've been doing it with ease. I mean, with ease. Imam Jamil, somebody called me yesterday and said that he's totally blind now and all that. Did you hear that? Yeah. And I just got a call from, anyway, he's holding up. He's holding up. About him?
About him, yeah, but about anything else.
Anything else, yeah.
It's like, a lot of newspapers, they don't print news anymore. You can go to the news, television, but you got to listen to stuff that they're showing at the time.
No, but see, you can, when we were totally isolated here from overseas, I'm talking about 20, 30 years ago, it would take a week for us to get Tehran Times. Tehran Times is a modest, but we would have to wait a week or 10 days for it to get here. So we had a program. If something happened like an election happened, like, okay, so everybody's going to have a program tomorrow, the next day, the weekend on the election. If they were active on campus like they used to be. So I would have to go and I would have to talk about those elections, and we wouldn't have the information. It took too long for it to get here, right? So I got used to being able to read between the lines. That's why I'm not bragging, but I already know what reality is. That 95% of the stuff that we talk, whatever, it's already either done happened or it's happened 5 times or 100 times over, or it's getting ready to happen. All we got to do is brace ourselves for what, I mean, it is too consistent. And that's why they used to say, Imam Musa, what are we going to do next? But that's all from Allah. Negroes, I'm not going to even talk about our Negroes in California right now. They're just, they did such a, They've really failures. I mean, like, and I don't see why they would hold on to that dumb stuff. You know, poor Khadijah called. She's listening now. She won't call now, but as soon as I get back, it'll be call, 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 call. I think I got 3, 4, 5, 6 calls today. They didn't have too much information on who they are and who we are. And you can't fail more than they have. They are abject. It's not even funny. It's such a bad failure. They done made a missed call on everything. On everything. And their timing is off. You know, they call, they want me to do this. The government want me to do that. All them people, I do when I get ready. Not when they, you know. And you could tell when they're antsy. Man, we done set all of this up and now we got this going. We want you to come back. And I say, hell, even a dummy, this fishing, they used to have them little red and white bobs, things that you put on the fishing, on the fishing line. And then you get a little thing, But if you get that boy go woof, you got something on there for it. That's what's happening with them. That's why I call it white man on the line, boss man on the line. They're always, the bell is ringing. Some people got a little bell that ring up at the top of their fishing pole. When they're sitting there and the thing hit it, the little bell, all kind of little old colored stuff they do, The thing is ring, 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 sound like a school bell or a cow bell. We're not on their program. We go back to California when we get ready. I mean, it's really like that. We're just not on there. We'll gain or when we lose, whatever it is, we're going by a lot of signs, not their signs. We're going by a lot of signs. We're not going by them dummies. They're real. I try to help them, and I told them years ago that I would help them, and I meant it. All of them. That includes Abdul Malik. That includes Hashim. Them. All of them. They just made a mistake. They didn't know any better. They went to school, and the white man taught them that we do this and we do that. And they came out with that. And if they would have been messing around with anybody else, things would have came out just like white man said. We do this to niggas, we do that to niggas. You want to be a success, you join us. Well, that's not the way it is right now. All of them are failures. They're abject failures. I can't even explain it. It's unbelievable that they would ruin their whole life. And everybody around them, they've ruined it. Their life is ruined. Abdul Malik thought, well, I'll leave, but I have all these Arabs and the students, and they're going to be, yeah. But you could do that for 4 or 5 years. You could do it for 10 years. But everybody's going to find out. Because I was thinking, we're going to be here and we're going to clean all of that up. And everybody in Oakland already knows it because they know who we are and they know who they are. They don't even have no imagination. They go right. The building that the Negroes use over on the other side of town where Mella Yella used to be up there. It's right on Grove Street. The Negro that used to run that African American Association was the biggest snitch and stool pigeon lawyer. Donald Warden used to call himself. When he became the Saudis lawyer, he name is changed his name to Tariq Khalid Tariq Al Mansour or something. Okay, but so like right now, 12 years later, the Arab brothers come in here talking about, what do you want us to do with our bayah? What the hell are you talking about? What do you want us to do with your bayah? When was that? 1992 and 1961 or something? Right? What are you talking about? I haven't seen you since then, and you're going to just stroll in here? I mean, I didn't act mad or nothing. I just said, well, I'll be doggone. I thought y'all had forgot about me. Bayah, are you crazy? You know, that's what I'm saying. You must be crazy. But I said, you thought nothing. Okay. Are there any questions or any comments? There's just a ton of stuff to talk about, but we don't want to overdo it. We got the point. We got a great opportunity right now. Allah will help us from avenues that we never even considered. And that's been happening all along. Allah will help us from ways that you just never would imagine it would come from. That's the way things are now. It's just that this is just one of those little high points where it's clear. But this happens all the time. Every day is something, every other day. And also, for boss man, there's too many avenues of decline. We used to say it's too many ways to be a fool to duck them all. There's too many avenues of decline for them to duck them all. Where's he declining? Everywhere. Afghanistan, Iraq. He ain't had no luck in Syria. Over there stealing oil. Can you imagine? He's stealing the oil in front of everybody. But that's emperor with no clothes. You know what I mean? That's emperor with no, everything he tell the truth. Everything they do is emperor with no clothes. He just, I ain't naked, boy, I'm sharp. Look at him, look at here. He butt naked. With a big old red behind, like the baboon. Anyway, let me.
All the leaders are slapping him around.
Huh?
All the leaders are basically slapping him around in the eyes of the public.
It's unbelievable. Okay. Well, this is a period of heartbreaking historical embarrassment for them. That's what we call it here.
Well, the two major ones that they consider their competition. Right. Let's clarify that.
And even, what's old Kim Jong-un up to? His sister said something the other day, she was talking out of the side of her mouth, sound like, yeah, Tucker, y'all think we've, you know, and that's, I wouldn't want to mess with no Korean woman talking out the side of her mouth. Boy, that probably hurt your feelings. She could be even bad as Negro women talking about you. You know where Negro women can hurt your feelings? They said, you beat the poor woman up. I said, do you know what that girl said? Anyway, girls, I don't mess with them because they can make you, they hurt your feelings, man. And a nigga can't do nothing and talk fast and don't have to make no sense. Yeah, that's not still on, is it? That's okay, that's all right, no problem. This is just an advertisement. Yeah, you can go and cut.